On this episode, I'm going to fix my leaking windscreen washer tank, headlight and wiper sensor, absorber hood, and leaking head valves. These issues occurred at different times, some of them way back last year, but I purposely compiled it to do one awesome episode, so this episode will not disappoint. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to my biggest YouTube fan. Recently, she went to the Canadian Formula 1 and bought this cap for me, Gran Turismo Mercedes Formula 1 team hat, and she even got Sir Lewis Hamilton to personally sign for me. The effort that she went through to get this for me is mind-blowing, so thank you very much. So, for the windscreen washer tank, I went to AAZ to fix this. They normally provide these kind of services. This was a time when they operated at their old workshop. Now they have relocated to an awesome bigger place in Shah Alam. The full address is in the description below. The service that they provide is a one-to-one swap. You give them your leaking windscreen washer tank and they will give you a refurbished one. And your leaking windscreen washer tank, they will glue it together, normally at every joints available. No, that's where normally the leaking occurs, and then they will sell it to someone else. And that's how they do it. But in my case, there wasn't any in the stock, so they had to do it on the spot. I had to wait there throughout the whole period. But the good thing is I got to see it myself. As you can see, they're gluing the joints that combines both sides of the tank, okay, because that's normally where the leak comes from, and all possible other parts that might leak, including the tub as well. And once they finish doing that, they'll dry it for 1 hour, wait for the glue to strengthen, and then they will repeat the process again and dry it out under the sun for another 1 hour. So I had to wait approximately 3 hours for this. So once it's done, they install the tank back into my car, and I have to wait for 48 hours before I can fill in the water in the windscreen washer tank.
48 hours later.
Alright, I guess that's about it. Put in some glass cleaner. So far there's no leaking, I guess we're cool. No error. Cool. Next is to fix the wiper slash headlight sensor. My sensor has gone kaput, so what happens is, number one, the sensor won't be able to detect whether it's dark or whether it's sunny. So when I put the headlight switch on auto, the light will be on all the time. And number two is, when there's a heavy rain and you put your wiper to automatic, it won't be able to detect heavy rain, so it won't wipe as fast as you want. So what I had to do is I had to adjust it manually. The sensor will cost you 420 ringgit at King Hub, but luckily for me, I had a club member who had a spare when I asked in the group, and he sold it to me for 260, so I saved a lot on that. And for this fix, I went to one to do it. He installed it and then did some coding, and it worked perfectly ever since.
Many months later.
Many months later, I did a full service. I'm not going to show all of the things that I've changed because we've covered that to death on previous episodes. So on this episode, I'm going to show you three things. Number one is the absorber for my hood. It can no longer withstand the weight of my hood. Firstly, because it's already aged, and secondly, I did some paint jobs and customization, so maybe it added a bit to the weight. I'm not sure about that. Number two, I'll be changing my spark plug to an original Mercedes spark plug this time around. Previously, I've been using OEM Bosch spark plugs. The lifespan of it is 40,000 kilometers, and for Mercedes, they say that it shall last till 120,000 kilometers. So the price is more than double the cost, but the lifespan is almost triple. So it's, in the long run, it's worth money, and also it optimizes performance and increases fuel efficiency. And number three, I didn't actually plan this. When one changed the spark plug, he saw a leak in the valve head, so I then had to order the gasket for the valve head, and we'll be going to replace that as well. Oh, senang je, macam tu je. Ni saya sendiri boleh. Oh, tapi kena 2 orang nak pegang. Okey lagi tak? Ke dah memang patut tukar ke?
Patut tukar kan nampak.
Kenapa?
Dia tak elok lah, carbon dia lah.
Oh.
Patut tukar lah.
Ha?
Patut tukar ni. Pakai original lah. Original lebih, orang kata apa, lebih tahan, api pun lebih cantik.
So ni macam dah, dia memang tak tahan kan 40,000?
Dia bergantung pada minyak petrol kita pakai.
Oh.
Kalau minyak petrol kita pakai 97, lain lah. Dia punya orang kata apa, nak kata tahan pun dia tak tahan macam original.
Okey. Harga pun sebenarnya tak.
Nak kalau kereta ni dari Mac. Lebih baik pakai spark plug original.
Okey. Kita buat apa ni, Wan?
Saya tukar bakar sikit.
Kenapa?
Leaking. Biasanya leaking kalau luar ni dia tak nampak leaking. Biasanya dalam spark plug.
Macam mana?
Dia bocor dekat taksil.
Oh.
Taksil lah bocor. Jadi bila minyak bertakung dekat plug tu, dia boleh jadi short lah.
Macam mana kita boleh tahu dia leaking ke tak?
Masa nak tukar spark plug baru nampak.
Oh, okey. Alright.
Nampak kadang selak minyak bertakung.
So tu yang kita tak beli tadi, lepas tu baru beli sekarang kan?
Ya betul. Sebab baru nampak lah. Bila kita buka plug nak tukar spark plug, dalam dia ada minyak.
Oh, dia tadi ada minyak lah kat sini kan?
Jadi maksudnya plug sini dia dah keras lah, dah bocor. Jadi lalang takkan kita buka plug sini kan. Jadi dengan bakar sikit lah.
Oh.
Dia dah keras, sebab tu dia leaking.
Oh, ya ke?
Keras.
Nasib baik kita buka ni
Spark plug yang original lah. Ini dia original. Original lambang Mercedes.
Oh, lambang Mercedes kan?
Lambang Mercedes.
So apa kelebihan kita pakai spark plug yang ori ni?
Lebih
Banding dengan Bosch tu?
Lebih tahan. Api lebih cantik. Banding dengan Bosch lah. Bosch pun bukan tak boleh pakai, boleh pakai, tapi original lebih baik lah, lebih tahan.
Okey, kalau Bosch itu setiap 40,000 kan? So kalau ini macam mana pula? 40,000 tukar juga ke?
Ini tak, ini kalau original tak silap saya boleh pergi sampai 150.
150 tak tukar?
150. Tapi sebab engine running pun, engine running mileage tak jalan, betul lah. 80,000 tukar.
Okey. After spending thousands on a full service, normally you will expect the car to run like new. I was really excited to drive the car like a madman. But then, unfortunately, one discovered something quite disturbing while opening the valve cover. It's something that I expect due to the mileage that it is right now, but I didn't want it to happen now because that fix or replacement alone costs a bomb, and I don't know whether I can fix it immediately. So I'm not using the car at the moment. I'm not going to reveal a story about it now because this will feature on my next episode. This might potentially be the biggest episode. So if you want to know about it, stay tuned and look out for my next episode. See ya.